I get asked about Yods all the time, so let's talk about what is probably the most feared configuration in astrology. If you have one in your chart or you've researched it for whatever reason, then you've probably seen some pretty gruesome things about it. Yods are called fingers of fate, fingers of God, fingers of destiny, pointing us towards some sort of fate. They occur when two planets are sextiling each other, hanging out, looking at each other like, hey, what's up? But both planets are forming an inconjunct to, so 150-degree aspect, to another planet that they're like pointing laser beams at. And this planet is under a lot of pressure. Inconjuncts are not fun aspects. They're formed between planets that don't share a modality, polarity, or element. So there's like a lot of confusion and chaos. I'll explain everything I'm saying using an example chart. We're going to look at the ultimate Yod chart, Princess Diana. Princess Diana actually has two Yods very strong in her chart. The first is from Mars to Mercury, pointing us down towards Saturn. The second is from Pluto to her sun, pointing towards Jupiter. Already, this is a very exacerbated Yod circumstance. We have all three malefics, Saturn, Pluto, and Mars. Tied up in this Yod, we also have two personal planets and Jupiter, making everything bigger. Looking at her life story, like everybody has probably looked at it at some point and been like, what was going on there? Like some weird turns of fate. Marrying into the royal family is already strange enough. But then when we think about the circumstances of her life and her death, Yods are typically associated with one-off events that occur when one of the planets of the Yod gets activated that permanently alter the course of our lives. These don't have to be negative, scary events. They can be, but I've seen Yods about like an unexpected pregnancy that ended up being the best thing that ever happened to someone. It doesn't have to be negative by any means. Princess Diana had a really rough go of it with the Yods, but also with some other parts of her chart. I use this example to show that heavy Yod charts have very interesting life stories and circumstances, but not necessarily that they have to be bad. If you have a Yod in your chart, I highly recommend looking at the planet that's being pressured by the inconjuncts and how you relate with that.